There's no content warning for this episode because we're not role-playing anything. However, I'll probably still put a content warning somewhere below because these two chuckleheads and I all have potty mouths. So, that being said, intro. Welcome to Universe Zero, an actual play podcast where I, James, will ask these two knuckleheads about their favorite moments in this season of Universe Zero and a series in Universe Zero, and I've wrote this poorly.
Did Copilot write it?
I should have. And as I ask them how much about things and how much they actually remember from the season. So let me introduce you to the Knucklehead 1 and 2, Josh and Jacob. Whoever wants to go first can tell whoever's listening who you are and who you played this season.
I'm Josh, and today I seen a sticker that was giant 4 letters that said MILF, and underneath it said "Man, I love frogs." And I played Dart the Froggle in this little campaign we're doing here.
That was a good one.
And I'm Jacob.
Yeah.
And I don't have a really good story to go here other than my internet sucks.
But who are you playing?
I'm not playing anyone right now other than myself.
Okay.
I'm someone who hates their ISP a lot like the character I play in this season, Marvin the Nolian. You know, he hates his ISP as well, I guess.
Yeah, actually, probably considering his neighbor, I have notes about that.
But his neighbor,
I do. It was one of the first ones.
Raptor.
I didn't even add that one. Any case, today's episode is a little different because this is a recap episode for the entire season. We're gonna go over what we liked, what went well, what didn't go well, what surprised us, memorable moments, and whatever other things that our brains can think of.
Today's the episode where my memory problems are
on display.
Me not remembering a word, are something revealed on display.
Yeah. I think that the best part that we could probably start at is Universe. I'll share my background first with this one. It's a behemoth of a task. We're not even done editing everything yet. But between the podcasting actual play and then developing of the system, I think it went pretty smoothly. For the overall season, how did you all feel playing it?
I feel like I was playing a game that exists, if that means anything to you.
That
it didn't
does,
feel
yeah.
like we were creating it. It felt pretty solid to play.
Yeah, I second that. It felt very smooth to play the system. Where there were issues, we were able to work. I think that comes from just like the experience that we all bring to the table. But where there were like hiccups or where there were any issues, we all were able to quickly like, oh, what if we just did this instead? You know?
Yeah.
Or you were able to adapt the system to be like, oh, your character just does this instead.
Yeah, I was gonna say the big 3. I feel like rule changes. You might have different perspectives, but I think the big 3 for me was on the narrator side, not dungeon master, narrator side. Target numbers, like DC of hitting things or skill checks. Because originally it was just like number go up, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, whatever. Mm-hmm. But quickly realizing that doesn't work because of exploding dice makes that number actually a lot easier to hit. So it became not only number go up, but you have to hit it multiple times. So like, I believe there are a couple skill checks where I'm like, you need to hit target number 4 3 times. Because then that not only makes you have to use more dice, but certain things unlocked at higher times you did that. And then one thing that we'll probably see in season 2 is more around out of combat scenes. So one of the issues I saw, and we can get to issues later, but one of the things I saw is that when we're outside of combat, just being able to roll max dice on everything all the time was fun, but it took away some of the tension, I felt like, of gameplay. So now I'm thinking of like...
It's still separate. That was either short rest or scene change.
Yeah, exactly. So a scene change, like, you could still be talking to somebody, but it has like a phases of it. So like phase 1 is the intro. Like this is where this is your opportunity to roll perception checks, gut checks, whatever, before you talk to the person.
I was about to say, even as a narrator, you could wait until someone in the scene, some of the NPCs, use up their quote unquote dice pool.
Yeah.
Like, well, now that they've done a big thing,
Mhm.
everyone resets.
Yeah, exactly. And then that way, also, you don't have the one person just being like, gut check, gut check, gut check, gut check, gut check. So it's like, well, it's not the end of the scene. So every time you do it, you're running out of dice. You either have to, and it'll force people to have to push dice more often, which is a mechanic that I don't think we used a lot.
Push and pace.
Yes, exactly. So that was a big change. And then this one impacted Marvin, I think, the most. Carry capacity.
Yeah.
And how things are held.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but so we chatted about this. We haven't chatted about this on anything yet.
Yeah.
We just chatted in like Discord about this, or in our private chat. I don't know how you want to talk about that. In the chat, you guys can't
where
see.
we talk about things. Yeah.
But Jacob, you're digging a hole deeper and deeper.
We get to the
it's
like I can't see isn't like they're not allowed to.
No, it's ethereal and ephemeral.
Yeah.
No, we chatted about this in there, and I will say I am always of the opinion that I hate carry capacity. However, I think that if you're making a game, you have to have a option for things that your players are going to hate that work for the narrative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense that I just like it. Let me rephrase this. My interdimensional fanny pack makes sense, but is also a little game breaking.
Yeah.
For the example of if it's an interdimensional fanny pack and it doesn't have any kind of capacity to it, not even just like you can fit 250 items in here. What's to stop me from putting a building in there?
Yeah.
What's to stop me from putting, I don't know, the entire Slug Mart store so we're completely stocked up on food at all times?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hate carry capacity. I do understand why it's there.
Yeah, because we went from like a classic Dungeons and Dragons to like a modified Dungeons and Dragons to now a slot based system. So you have like one starting out like 1 to 8 probably. I think Dart has the most right now with 8 or 12, something like that.
I do have a quick question on carry capacity.
Yeah, sure.
Are player characters generally the same size creatures? Because I think your size should impact your carry capacity.
It does. Yeah. So I'll get into that more when we probably off. But yes, carry your size definitely does. That's where if you're a medium-sized creature, it's 2 times your power plus rank.
Yeah. Join us next week for our carry capacity live stream,
where I only talk about it. And then if you're like large, I believe it like pretty much doubles. So it's like 2, 4, 8, so on and so on. So like if you're huge, because it's also based around like everything is designed when we're talking about carry capacity for medium-sized creatures. So realistically, if you wanted to carry a car, that's like a 10 item slot thing, but you have to figure out how what it goes into. So if you're a colossal creature and you have 30 carry, you're like, oh, I can carry 3 cars. Just on
how many combat grids does a slot of inventory take up?
I don't know. No.
How many slots of inventory fit in one combat grid?
Yeah. Oh man.
So to bring this boat home, I like the idea that as we've talked through it, I hate it at the same time. I think there's potential there for us to lean into more items. I think one of the examles when we talked about this is the dino pill, like our version of like the dino pods or whatever. I can't remember what they're called.
The D&D capsule corpse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That, and even just like you have a storage space device that has slots in it. How like you said, like the car takes up 10 slots. Okay, it takes up 10 slots of your 200 slot item.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like I think that it opens up more space for that kind of stuff, because I will say the power, what was it, player power times 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
That I could see getting out of hand for some characters, where their carrying capacity is wild.
And that's what I was thinking about for I'll probably end it here, but that's what I think it will be funny and unique for higher level play when people's stats are maxed out at 12, 16, whatever. It's like, oh, you have a 54 like normal carry capacity slots. You can carry 54 phones. Cool. Or you can carry a car, like 3 cars or something on your back.
Wait, let's be realistic here. The setting we're playing in, it's going to be 54 floppy disks.
Yeah, 54 floppy disks. But I think that is a good transition into at what episode or what activity did the system start clicking for you? Like you're like, oh, I can now think in these terms, or this makes sense.
Either our second session is where I felt like, oh, I remember what to do here. But also, whenever we leveled up, I was like, options. I see.
Yeah, I think that was episode 6 under Yellow Belt is when everyone officially leveled, or like, yeah, right before your days off is when you officially leveled up.
Yeah.
So as the notorious doesn't know how to play the system we're in person at the table, who is constantly asking what the rule is, I will say I think I started to really grasp how the system works, and this is gonna sound maybe awful. I think it was episode 7 was our days off episode. Playing another character. Playing another character and seeing all the options they had and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can compare, apples to oranges, and I see the differences now.
I agree.
Oh,
when I
this
controlled
kind of
Satin,
makes sense.
I had the same.
So you're saying when people play a tabletop system, I'm going to overgeneralize this on purpose. When people play a tabletop system, they should probably play different character combos so they can understand the game better, and not always play a cleric Jacob when they're playing Dungeons and Dragons Jacob or a cleric Jacob.
Well, hey,
no,
so
I'm just
wait, we need a healer.
True.
Are you trying to get rid of your healer?
What I learned from this is don't be scared of pre-generated characters.
Yeah,
they're actually really fun.
Yeah. I think if your player wants to play the cleric equivalent 100% of the time, that's cool. Maybe in one of your scenes, be like, hey, cleric, I need you just for a scene to play a barbarian. Just for a scene.
Yes. Control character. Yours is in prison for half a day. You're in prison until lunch.
Yeah.
The king's gonna have a sandwich and realize, you don't need to be in prison.
I do think tangentially that is something that we all do pretty well, of being able to be like, here's a character, here's a brief motivation, here's a brief description, go. And like, that's it.
Yeah.
I do think more people should do that because it is fun. And I think it does help, like what you're both saying with like learning a system of like, oh, I have no stakes in this person succeeding. So I can goof off. And once you goof off, then you can be like, oh, what's this move thing? I'm going to do whatever with it. Which I have one favorite moment, if you want to say something, but I was going to say, what were some favorite moments from this season?
This kind of goes in with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blending of like what, like, I'm going to piggyback of what you were just saying into my favorite moment.
Okay.
So I also think just the motivation of pitting your characters against each other in a friendly way, right? Like putting your players against each other in a friendly way can be really fun sometimes. Like having Josh play, I think it was not Satin. The other, was it Satin?
Yeah, Satin Wing.
Satin.
Yeah.
Great.
Excuse me. Having Josh play Satin against my character was a ton of fun because I felt like I was playing against Josh there for a second, but I also felt like we were trying at the same time not to like fuck each other over, And when like likewise when I got to playing the kid that I was playing, the red cabbage kid,
Cam Castings, yeah.
Yes, Cam Castings. I got to playing Cam Castings. One of my favorite moments in the series that we had was with him. And it frustrates me that it was with not my act, but it's when I'm charging at Dart on my scooter.
Oh yeah,
and Dart just goes, Dart just goes, huh? And sidesteps me and sends me flying off of my scooter.
Yeah, you have
It's one of
your
the funniest
attack scooter.
moments.
Yeah.
See?
You have-
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's our favorite moments when
Yeah.
we were against each other as piloting NPCs. That was honestly some of the best fun.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
funny.
Before I say mine, Josh, did you have one?
I think being Satinwing was and putting Marvin through the trial was really fun for me.
Hmm.
And then even when Jacob was playing Velvet, like I don't know, I've been DMing for like a decade plus,
Yeah.
so I love to be the bad guy. Like that's my comfort zone. Like I want to be the antagonizer, so that was fun for me. And then one of my character's opposite, just super nice. Like it's good. It's fun to shake it up.
I really enjoyed it because I think midway through that session, you had also messaged me like, wait, am I the bad guy? And I didn't see it till afterwards. It's like, yes, you are.
That's awesome.
But I think my favorite was you exploded, hit Marvin with the snowball to the throat.
Yeah, that was so funny. The professional baseball pitch snowball to the throat.
Yeah, it was like 120-mile-an-hour, like super iced up snowball just out of nowhere too. It was like a throwaway joke, I think, that you did, and it just ended up right to the
roll
throat.
was so good.
But the thing is, I think you did like a good amount of damage too. I think you
Yeah.
did like it was in my lethal tier
Yeah,
with a snowball.
Marvin couldn't talk for 3 days.
has a giant hickey just right there. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of funny moments.
Snowball was a golden moment for sure.
I think one of the one of the ones that I really enjoyed as a DM, watching another DM do a decision, from like funny to like role play moments, is during the first quasi battle at Neon Dragon when you're all trying to get out. And Josh, you like ace that, oh, if I pick up this candy and give it to Glumph, we're not going to get beat up by a gummy gum creature. I'm like, ooh, touche. I had in the notes, like, if someone gives him candy, here it is. And you're just like, use all my skills to get all the candy and give it to him. That was a good, like, non-funny, but like role play moment.
Love to role play.
Yeah.
The narrative is everything. Systems are great for feeding narratives.
I did really like throughout the series the Marvin and Dart dynamic, where Marvin would say something completely off the wall that was true, like, "Hey man, there's ghosts around here. You want to come help me out?" And Dart's just like, "What? There's what?"
It's a hanging out with Marvin gives Darts daily paradigm shifts.
Oh man, I definitely think that is also a fun, not to toot my own horn, but like a fun ability of the system is like, if you can, without breaking the system, because I feel like this happens in Dungeons and Dragons a lot. Like, rule of cool is like, well, it doesn't fit in the system anywhere, but because it's cool, roll me something that vaguely works. Versus this one is like, you want to do something cool, here's the target number, here's the skill, go for it. And I don't feel like at any point leading it, I was like, what do I do?
Yeah, the target number system feels to me way more fair, even than like, okay, like, because I mean, you could make an argument that like, okay, you roll a d20 and your target number to hit is 13.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you have these target numbers in D&D, but the way that we rolled it, where it's like, okay, you have to roll a 4, but you have to roll it 4 times, and if you don't get all 3. Something happens. If you get 4, something happens. You know what I mean? Like being able to cascade that either forward or backwards, in like based off of the target number, as opposed to got a nat 20 or you got a nat 1.
Yeah,
like it feels a lot more natural, and I think that helps the system not have to lean into rule as much.
Yeah,
I do like dice pools and pushing your dice a lot, because the whole game, every game you play, you're making checks and you're doing the thing. With dice pools, you get to choose, how hard is my character trying? How bad do I want this?
I think I like that during the Twisted Man fight, when you went all out on like your last move, when you're like, I'm going to do flash step, so I get a bonus on my strike, and then I'm going to go all out and push my final attack on this thing. And it was the most like anime fight moment ever, where you're just like, you didn't have to move because you're already on top of him, but you like purposely like flash step all around him to then do a final strike.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's super. That I like that. That's anime. Again, going back, I can write a system, but you all played it well. is the best part. Yeah.
No, but I think that is actually important too, though, is that you write the system, but just because you wrote a system doesn't mean it's playable or able to be played well. Like, I'm going to maybe I'll ruffle some feathers with this one, but Daggerheart sucked in that beta test that we did, and a bunch of professionals put that together.
Yeah,
and that was like we had fun because it was just us having fun. You know what I mean? But like. We have fun together, but that was a rough thing to play. And the reason I use Daggerheart isn't because like let me shit on them. It's because in a lot of ways, like the way that combat works and the way that working together works in that early beta of that system is kind of similar to this. And like you don't have to have an initiative necessarily. It makes it easier in your system, but you could do your entire system without initiative.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you made a pretty cool like round by round initiative system that I enjoy, but like you could throw that out the window and roll it Daggerheart style, and I still feel like it would work the way it is.
Oh yeah, you could. Not to get too far ahead of myself, but I have like a Universe Zero Kai edition in the back of my head. That where like there is no initiative. It's just when you're out of dice pool, the round ends, start over, and you could do that. I think let's go to combat because we're talking about it. How did you feel about rolling initiative? Because it's a little different. It's like you roll your pool of dice and then you get a turn every 10. So you've 30, it's 30, 20, 10. And you just go and you can use whatever dice. And if you don't use your dice, they're gone until the next round. Or you could burn through all your dice and then you have to wait, which I think happened to Dart once or twice.
Did.
Yeah.
The first time I got rolled above 10, it definitely happened. I was like, oh, my turn again. I'm looking at it.
Yeah. I have some notes about it. I think partially because y'all were level 0, the limit of what you're able to do made that kind of like, what do I do thing. But outside of that,
it felt fine.
Yeah, how did combat feel from initiative to attacks to whatever magic?
I really enjoyed combat in this. I very much I think I'm on record in our last game saying that I hate combat and that I would do a role play system the entire time if it was my choice. But I enjoyed combat in this system. There's definitely some bumps of playing a magic user because of how the initiative rolls work, like how your stats interact with initiative. I think that of the 6-ish combats we did or initiative rolls we did, and when I say that, I mean like the first initiative roll we did, how the round system works. I think I only got to go twice in one of those battles.
Yeah.
And that felt a little weird, I will say, in comparison to the rest of the group going multiple times when we had like Johnny there and Dart going, and then we had like especially the gang fight that we had where Cosmic Crisp and all of them are going like 2 or 3 times in a round, and I'm like, all right guys, hope you're doing good. Go team. You know,
I can't say it. From the few times I got the multi turns, you're still playing with the same dice pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's I think that the fact that the dice pool keeps rolling over that way, like the decisions you make if you do get multi turns, the decision you make in round 1 of that turn follows you through the rest of the round. Like it doesn't reset through that round, and then when it finally does reset in the next initiative, it still follows again. You know what I mean? I think that system works really well.
Yeah.
It feels more natural than a D&D combat. D&D combat, I think it's why we moved to the point system or spell point system. It doesn't feel like slots don't feel as good.
Yeah.
Spell points feel really good, and in this system, having your pool work round by round feels way more anime and honestly feels a little bit more natural in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it's a little easier to understand from someone who would much rather role play and talk through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know?
I love combat. I'm a narrative first person too, and my combat style is very button masher. If it's there, I'm gonna try to use it one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was the on the DM side, seeing it and like, yeah, writing it out and being like, okay, this is how I intend it to be played, and thinking of the permutations and watching it be played is interesting because I think, Jacob, you and I had that conversation where it's like, yeah, you only had one maybe or two turns, but you're also like, you either the paralyzing feature on, again, the Twisted Man fight. I have to do some
We have to rewrite
modifications. A little, not much actually. I think it's just like you have to burn more dice when you do it. But otherwise, it's pretty good. It's pretty good because I think because you could only go that one time, the spellcaster feature of it is, I'm going to put my all behind this. This is like an unstoppable attack. If this person has been defending against Dart, who's, cutting at him with, a million cuts, his defense dice are gone. Everything that Dart's doing is just so that I can like line up this one shot that then will help Dart in the next round, which was cool. And I think that was the one little hurdle getting over, especially at lower levels, because we haven't gone to other stuff yet, that it is hard. I think I have some things in the future as options that you can pick that can increase your initiative, like infusing magic and key or cybernetic enhancements or so on, getting like flat base 5 plus 10 plus so on, which will help. Yeah. But yeah, at lower levels, definitely the pain, I see it there as not necessarily like a bad thing, but like a...
Yeah, it doesn't feel out of place for level 0, level 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like, don't get me wrong, like the Cosmic Crisp fight was the only fight that felt a little weird from a caster side, but we're super low level. Like this is, I mean,
I think
like how many times have we started a campaign, with the intention of running it from, level 0 to level 20? None. We always start like level 5, level 10, like, you know what I mean? Like, and we're running the system from the start because there are going to be people who do that. So you got to know, like, those starting rounds for any system or starting levels for any system do feel a little funky.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's good to have some rules there available for people who want to have, like, if you bring your friend for the first time to play a session for 0, they've never played a tabletop before, you want them to be able to have a little fun. Have those rules in place that are there for them. But otherwise, like, for experienced players, like, you might get a little annoyed that everyone else is going more often than you. But to your point, if you've got lightning lasso and you can paralyze something and you're rolling, like you're doing roll-offs every round, like, that's fun.
I
had a ton of fun. Like, the Twisted Man fight was so much fun for me.
Yeah, all the combats were really fun. I loved all of them. What was I gonna say? Like if you tell a career fighter in D&D, roll a new character, and you don't have extra attack, they're gonna be like,
Yeah. I think the other thing for combats too is the Twisted Man, Satin Wing, and Cam castings all are higher level than your characters.
Yes.
So, and that's where since you played the NPC and you kind of both had little mini fight sequences in between with your regular characters, how did it feel piloting like a stronger character versus a weaker character? They're not like ranks higher yet, but they're like 3 levels higher.
Immediately noticeable for me. Just the options are everything.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Yeah.
What buttons can I press?
But I guess how
I agree with that.
Balanced did it feel?
The balance?
Yeah. Because I know in Dungeons and Dragons, like if you have a first level fighter versus a 4th level fighter,
right,
it's basically the same, except for the 4th is going to win just because he has hit points.
Right. When I was Satin versus Marvin, I feel like I could have bested him if it was like a fight to the death or fight to defeat.
Yeah.
But it still would have required like, the setup and the follow through, not just hey, I'm simply stronger, not like the flick in the forehead and he goes freaking 3 miles down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like if I play my cards right, this could be an easy win. But because of the narrative, it was more of like a test, and I'm just gonna do the mess with you stuff instead of the actual hurt you stuff. I mean, I almost killed him with a snowball.
Yeah. but I feel like I had a chance that entire time.
Yeah.
because of how the
Right.
rolling system.
It like
Yeah.
I never felt like you were just gonna quote unquote flick me in the forehead and send me across the planet.
Not yet. Not until I bring Frieza in.
Yeah. But like, if Satin was distracted or like lost their vision or something, that could have lost the fight. Any Marvin could have won the fight too with the right positioning, right tactics.
Or if you didn't break out of the lightning lasso and I got Barvin on you,
Yeah,
man, Barvin could have melted you, man.
Marvin was gonna slime it up.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment though. I think that this system lends way more to like obviously we haven't done things that are way like outranking us.
Yeah,
But I felt like Dart could have beat Cam casting, but I also felt like if I knew the character a little bit more, like if I played Cam casting 1 or 2 more times, I felt like I could have a good fight against Dart. You know what I mean? And then likewise, I also felt like as Marvin, I felt like I could give Satin a run for his money if I really needed to. You know what I mean? Like if it really came down to it.
Well, I think that would. Yeah.
It's not like power exists, tactics matter.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's where I was going to go to, is that because of the healing of it, where you, besides Marvin eating a mystic bean when he didn't need to, another favorite moment of just, oh, what's this? Yeah. Eat it. I feel like it also, watching you two play without me DMing it, is a great observation of like seeing players be able to narratively pull their punches when they want to, instead of being like, I didn't mean to KO him, I just rolled a nat 20. It's like, no, I only want to use 3 of my dice pool because I'm not trying to kill this guy. I'm just trying to teach him a lesson. So I thought that was cool. I think the one thing we didn't do too much was the health tracker of damage. You all actually did pretty good avoiding damage for majority of the season and doing good narrative choices to get allies for the harder combats.
Just to say, the system rewards avoiding damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heavily.
Yeah. Because if we use real world terms, being stabbed with a dagger in this system is non-lethal, technically. While doing like a Kamehameha or something is lethal. Yeah, exactly. So, and then, but in order to heal, it takes like a full D&D rest, 8 hours, to just drop it 1 tick. And a lethal takes a week. So it's like, it's very punishing with that. And I think in season 2, we're definitely going to run into it, because training also causes damage. If you do it, if you have to push or you fail your training rolls, you take damage. So I think that that's also going to lends itself to what we said earlier. You have to think a little more tactically about how and when you're going into combat.
Yeah.
What kind of healing options do you plan on?
So if people are familiar with Dende, like there are spells people can learn. So Marvin might get access to this at some point, where he can roll his magic dice and then burn them to heal. So healing also does cost a lot to start. You can always, also as we level up more, you can level up your abilities and certain things cost less. So if Marvin was to max out his healing spell, say, non-lethal wouldn't cause any burn, but lethal would still be like a point of burn for that to heal. So he could be like, I can heal all your minor wounds all day long, but that severed arm, sorry. And then
Nice. I like that.
And then healing machines. So I do have things that are written for like healing tanks, healing machines, healing potions, other stuff, but they are more rare to find.
Yeah.
Again, that like perception check of Yukon's place to find his one mystic bean and having it was another really good roll on that session, because I had that as he's not going to get this, but it's in here, and then you rolled really well.
You did say Yukon. It reminded me of another favorite moment: the heist of getting him out of the hospital because he's so sexy.
Yes. Oh, what was her name? I don't think I ever stated her name, but that was Nurse Angler, fishfolk gal who really likes giving sponge baths to strong big guys.
We have to break him out of the hospital because
Yes.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
I'm excited
So
for
fun.
the little bit we've chatted about for next season of getting more into like these dojos and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that Yukon was a good example of like how mentorish characters can work in this system. You know what I mean? But I'm excited for us to see other ones and actually get new mentors and stuff like that, and like, see how our characters actually like learn from these guys, because you could see how like Dart and Johnny interacted with Yukon, and like there was like a respect level role played throughout it
Yeah.
that wasn't there with Marvin, because Marvin was just like, hey, you taught me to punch something
Yeah.
like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Speaking of NPCs, out of all the NPCs, I think we've said this was one of the other questions, but who are some of your favorite NPCs? I think the question was, who do you want to come back or see more of? But who are some of your favorite NPCs?
Oh man, I gotta go through the NPC. I'm going through my NPC list here.
We have Kot, your neighbor, Ban Hanan, Johnny, the Vroomba, Granny Gyugyu, her grandson, Wakizashi, Chop, Kanashi Pie, the dinosaur.
So definitely Granny Gyugyu. I want to know what's going on with that weird, potentially red cabbaged grandma. But I have a couple here. I would like to see more of the fighters from the Neon Dragon. Like, I feel like we got introduced to a lot of fighters, and then we only really kind of talked about Tempora 9 and a little bit of Doc. But like Ramone Paul, the Dark Empire guy, Bento Beetle, and Glump kind of disappeared. And then I would also really like to see more of Detective Apple. I think that's who it was.
Yeah.
The guy who like he was like a chill, like he was super cool. He just like flew into the fight out of nowhere and like helped us out. Like,
well, you all called him after I was like, you have his phone number.
His card.
I don't mean out of nowhere, but you know what I mean. Like we called him and he showed up to help.
He showed up fashionably.
He didn't have to. Yeah, we didn't have. He didn't have to show up.
I am excited for Bento to come back. I have a storyline. You all might not see it because it's going to be part of the like mini tournament arc that I do with some potential guest players. But he's going to come back for that one, and that should be interesting.
That would be really cool. I'm sorry, I forgot one person because I can't. I'll be honest, I can never remember their name, no matter how many times you say it. The girl who's really into Dart.
Oh, Maddie.
Dart's not really into
Maddie Skippers.
Maddie Skippers.
Maddie Skippers.
It's Dart. Oh my god. Or oh my gosh, it's Dart.
If she forgot her glasses or not.
This is the voice I use when I'm working.
That's her service voice.
As if she's got a retainer in or not.
Exactly. Yeah. She just wears it while she's working.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see more of that character show up, mostly because I realized after we got done with the last session, right? I realized two things actually. One, and I don't know if you already have planned for this, James. If not, then I feel stupid bringing it up, but I have to. I didn't get Barvin. I don't remember grabbing Barvin.
I think we stated that you drove by on the way out of town and picked him up, and that I think at the end it was
actually getting him.
Yeah, it was Barvin, the car, which I forget its name right now, the AI that you put into Dart's car.
Yeah, I was going to say the AR is one of the AI. Yeah, Cubert. That's one of the characters I was going to bring up.
I couldn't remember if we got Barvin, and then I know that we never stopped by Maddie Skippers to say bye. And I just feel like this is a villain origin story waiting to happen. Like we had such a nice evening though, and he just disappeared.
Takes
Yeah.
out the retainer, drops it.
You know what? I think I'm
Power
gonna
level goes up by
Arthur
9.
Fist.
I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it and just like do a dub over during that episode and be like, okay, I mess up the characters talking in this one. We have all decided that she just has a retainer
It's
in.
canon. Yeah,
it's canon
canon.
now.
Both voices are canon.
Both voices are canon. If she shows up one day, pops in a retainer and just like, Dark, you left me and you didn't say goodbye. Spits you know some shit's up.
Tails are all over the place.
Yeah.
All right. Notable characters for me. 1, I'm surprised you mentioned Vroomba. Vroomba's like my favorite coworker, I think. And Johnny transcends coworker. That's
Yeah.
your friend. Yeah, but the AI Cubert, I want to see how that unfolds.
That was such a
Oh, no.
in the moment NPC make too. I am curious
yeah.
about like how like there that just lends a ton of possibilities down the road. Or
Yeah.
if you combine Cubert and Vroomba, what could happen?
It reminds me of the robot from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's like that's where I'm at with Cubert. It's just kind of like
I
a
like it.
silly oddball side character, but before you know it.
Yeah. I'm glad you said Cubert. I was like, oh, I gotta have to remember to write it down when I edit. But yeah. I think my favorite, like honestly, I don't actually like Johnny. He was the
Don't
one
like
that was
Johnny.
so hard to remember to put back into scenes all the time. Everyone else was fine. But for some reason, Johnny, although he's my like just stupid whatever guy, like, yeah, I'm also really friendly. I'm like, he's almost too close to Dart. I think that might be why.
Yeah, he's Dart but llama.
Yeah.
Anytime Dart's on screen, Johnny's there somewhere.
Just
Yeah.
in the background.
Yeah. And also I'm like he is a plot device, but I'm trying to not have him like lead the action. Just be the
Yeah.
cause of situations.
If you ever want Dart to stop being nice, have Johnny get seriously hurt or killed.
Yeah.
Might not happen next season, but we'll see. But the one I really so I had a whole storyline for this character, but we didn't go down that route. Tempora 9, like he is one of my favorite characters, even though we haven't actually seen much of him. I'm like, I have a
his
whole
origins, his whole story is the perfect mystery.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh man. But then also like Cam and Karivo, that trio is just like ripe for a very fun adventure.
I love Cam.
Yeah.
I just remember what did I call you? Dirty beast person or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't, it was I leaned really into it and I felt bad afterwards.
I mean, Cam is a bad guy, a very bad guy. But there are some that I'm happy that will be coming back here for next season and one-off episodes. In the beginning, I know it's hard to like picture your character, but how did you imagine your character at the beginning of the season and versus how it ended? Like, what was the biggest surprise and change of what you originally thought?
I pictured Marvin being a little bit more like a conspiracy theorist. And I think I played him a little bit more that way in the beginning, being more like conspiracy theorist who hit his head really hard, kind of, you know what I mean? Like he has tinfoil, so much tinfoil under every wig, like one of those kind of like the 5G towers, you know. Don't come at me, guys. Sorry. But I initially pictured him that way, and he kind of has turned a little bit more into a little bit more spiritual, a little bit more like level-headed. Like I find it harder to be as outlandish with him.
Yeah.
As much as to kind of lean into like what's the philosophical for him, you know? Like
Mhm.
I'm really excited for us to have our first character death and to be able to like lean into the afterlife stuff
Yeah.
with him, because like if this system is initially based on, you know, being a non-trademarked, non-copyright infringing, completely IP distinct version of DBZ.
Yeah.
People come back from the dead all the time in DBZ.
Mm-hmm.
And like so much so that like they just go to the afterlife sometimes to visit people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm really curious, like once that happens, like once we have a character death, like how we explore that with like Marvin. Like if it is Marvin that dies, or if it's Dart, or if it's Johnny, or we come back from all of our training and someone murdered Yukon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm excited for that as far as the like where we started to where we're going.
Yeah, the Marvin's conspiracy theory is more of a how to be a casual cryptid would be his autobiography.
Yeah, I can see that. Your character
Character
Yeah.
start the
from start to finish.
I think just to gel with Marvin better, Dart has been more like accepting of all the less obvious things in life because he kind of
Mhm.
has to if we're gonna be a team. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like Dart's kind of like a see it to believe it kind of guy.
Yeah.
The whole ghost scene and all that, you know, Twisted Man, all that for like what I imagine Dart being, that's just like way not even something he would deal with. It's just like, I'm gonna go home. That's too much, is what I imagine Dart
Yeah.
being.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, the call to action has to happen. So
What do you think the biggest change would that be, like the biggest change from how you pictured Dart from the beginning versus where he's at now?
yeah, I mean, I kind of had an idea where he was going anyways from the start. So you just started off when you said level 0, I was like, got it.
Cool.
Me level 0 means fresh start.
Fresh
So-
start. Yeah,
Actually,
Yeah.
what changed the most for me and my character is every episode you ask us this kind of starter question about our background or our
Mhm.
interest. And the amount of lore that came up through those questions surprised me more because, you know, I've never done something like that. So I'm used to like kind of like the day by day, what happens now, what happens next. But talking about
Mhm.
the past is that's the part I wasn't ready for.
Yeah,
The part that changed the most is that he has a history.
Yeah, I think that's one of my fun things that even if people aren't doing an actual play, is a fun role play thing to do when you start any like session. Like, yeah, instead of doing the what happened last time, because I'm going to give the what happened last time. It's you know, we're playing whatever. You're a barbarian in D&D or something. It's like what was your barbarian's like favorite childhood toy? What was their favorite food? Stuff like that. And
What
then
was
it
your
just
first rage?
yeah. When did you first find out you could rage? Yeah,
Yeah,
I also think that those questions were a great resource for season 2. There's some answers that y'all gave that I can like pull in. Obviously, we talked about a Leviathan, whether it's a real Leviathan or not.
I don't have the exact questions, but I have all of our answers.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
From episode 1 until episode 11. My favorite question was from episode 5, where Josh's answer was Josh's character said, "Why do humans dry off? What the fuck?" And then mine was my answer was the gray alien butt probing. What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know what the question was.
It's
I just know
we're
what our
both
answers were.
It
we're
was-
both new to this planet. What's the biggest like surprise?
Yeah, the question for episode 5 was what is one thing your character needed to acclimate to when coming to Earth? Yeah.
Towels,
Towels.
hair dryers.
Oh yeah, those are fun. Not Chat GPT made either. Those were fun to think up. And the whole last time on Universe Zeros, that was
The alliteration.
yeah, the alliterations.
I had
and
one of my
puns.
own. I was proud of it, and I
Yeah.
don't remember a word of it.
To end this is what I think we already talked a little bit after or at the end of last session. But what are some things that you want to see in season 2 or excited to see or far-fetched, no way I'm going to be able to put that in there, and we'll see if I can actually put that in there.
I want to see Barvin's transformation.
From starting slime to emperor slime.
That's right. If he doesn't have a little plastic crown on at the end of that season, I'm gonna be upset. Maybe not next season. I'm not sure what the whole feel is, but I am at some point looking forward to experiencing a tournament, whether that's with Dart or any character. I feel like the tournament structure is something I want to see.
I am workshopping it. And
yeah, that's good. That's fine and dandy.
And it is looking interesting.
Nice.
Because I'm trying to make it not combat oriented, or like it's going to be combat oriented, but like there's some like
you gotta split it up.
yeah, here's some like 3 subplots within it. I can't tell you, but like here are those subplots.
Yeah.
I want to see. Oh yeah, go
I
ahead.
love the antagonist. I want to see the bad guys all the time.
Yeah. I want to see like Dart's and Marvin's. Well, Marvin already has done like lightning lasso, but I want to see Dart's first like big energy key blast attack.
Yeah, that'd be
at some point. And then for Marvin, I want to see his like first fireball or something along the lines of that, or summoning or whatever.
Yeah, the big checkpoints and power growth is always great. That'll be fun. I also want to see either I keep the space travel AI away from Johnny, or he starts catching on that there's something extra going here. I just want to see how that unveils. Our last little send off for the end of the season. A little cliffhanger.
Yeah. The car can only talk with windshield wipers and turn signals. I'm curious if Johnny will ever figure that out. He is a very oblivious character. Like everything's just going to happen the right way and I'm going to make some bad decisions, but it'll all work out. I mean, I started an underground fight thing, not knowing the circumstances, and I took money that I shouldn't have taken to take a dive and won the fight anyway.
Is it illegal to bet on myself?
You can only bet on yourself to win.
Hello?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my Focusrite died on me. I just jumped in on my phone.
Oh, no.
Hello, can you tell us who's talking?
Hello, you've called the Universe Zero hotline. How can we direct your call today?
You're the 9,000th caller. Congratulations.
Wow, you won a guest appearance in next season of Universe Zero.
Oh.
Whoa, really?
Now I feel like I'm talking to one of my...
from the phone here.
See, seeing the microphone in the shot with obviously the worst quality audio.
What, you don't? This doesn't look right.
Well, I'm glad that we're almost done, because the only thing to answer is what is Marvin and you looking forward to in next season?
Oh wait, are you waiting for me to answer, or do you want?
That's your own.
What is Marvin and Jacob looking forward to next season?
Oh man, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I think that there's a lot of cool stuff that could happen in the next season, especially with us going to all these like dojos and stuff like that. I think it's a really cool opportunity for Marvin to maybe like specialize in something, you know? Like, what if I specialize in maybe not healing, but dimensional? Or what if I specialize in, I don't know, underwater basket? Fight the Leviathan, you know? We gotta capture it with something, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's a really good time for us to, you know, figure out what we want to do, you know? Marvin goes to college, you know, or trade school, most likely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure other than that. Like, there's some stuff that we've talked through so far that like I'm excited to see in general or to see more of, but I'm not sure. Maybe Marvin is excited to just explore the world and see like what is this place that he is taking his gap year on.
Yeah. I think that will be fun. I have to finish drawing the map for it and get all the guests I want lined up, but I'm excited for that. Hopefully either by the end of season 2 or beginning of season 3, fleshing out the transformation rules and maybe seeing if that happens, because I have different types of those, minor, major, and whatever.
Oh yeah.
So
I forgot that we can go like Super Saiyan and shit.
Yeah.
Or sorry, non-copyright infringing.
You can awaken the powers within you to transform into a mightier fighting creature.
Yeah, there we go. That.
Yeah.
Power within, man.
But yeah, I think that's a good place to end it for this time on Universe Zero, the season 1 recap. Everyone can hopefully tune in for season 2, as I'm probably recording it as they're listening to it, which means I don't know when it's going to be out. Because this one,
Nice.